What it do, people? Is the MMA guy. Today we're doing a breakdown of the UFC Fight Night Bonfim versus Brown. I just said breakdown. I mean, we're doing a recap because it happened last night. And so, without further ado, we'll just get into it. I'll start from the bottom because there's a fight I really want to talk about. I've missed some fights on this card, if I'm being honest. The first fight is Zachary Reese versus Jackson McVie. Yeah, Zachary Reese. I mean, Jackson McVie was not supposed to fight Zachary Reese. It was supposed to fight someone else, but someone, from what I remember, worst. I definitely would have picked Zachary Reese. I picked the person who was fighting against Jackson McVie. I think I don't remember my pick actually, but for sure Zachary Reese would have been the pick. It's whatever. Um, this guy has been sub in both of his fight. I think he needs to work his submission defense, and maybe then he can consider. Well, the UFC should cut him. He should work on his submission defense, his grappling as a whole, and then be back in the UFC if he's able to get a couple wins. Next, we have Daniel Marcos and Miles Jones. I'm surprised that with a main event like Randy Brown versus Gabriel Bonfim, this isn't like a co-main or something. This is actually a very cool fight. That was like on paper. Miles Jones is legit. And for Daniel Marcos to submit him in the second round, Miles Jones a big 35er. Like he's a jacked frame. He could fight at 45. He's fought at 45, I think, against Felipe Lima before. I mean, it's impressive. It's an impressive win. 3 takedown. He's a hard guy to grapple a lot, I felt. But then Daniel Marcos to get this. And Daniel Marcos did okay against Montel Jackson. I mean, he lost against Montel, but Montel didn't do too bad against Devason Figueiredo. I think Daniel Marcos deserves a shot at the ranking. I don't know why he's fighting this low on a god-awful, awfully stacked, awfully not stacked fight night. They need to put some respect on Daniel Marcos' name. That was my pick as well. So we're 1-0 since the first fight got switched on picks. And shout out Daniel Marcos, legit fighter. I would have never guessed a submission in that fight. I can't lie to you. I thought he was a one-dimensional striker. Hey, shout out this guy. Would love to see Daniel Marcos fight Rob Font in their next fight. Rob Font's still in the rankings, but he's one of those guys that's just giving away the ranked. Would love to see, actually, I would love to see even more Daniel Marcos versus Kyler Phillips, who's lower in the ranking off a loss. Make that fight happen, man. Make that fight happen. Daniel Marcos versus Kyler Phillips. This is a cool fight. Miles Jones, he's not that close to the rankings. I don't know. You can make him fight Davy Grant, I think. That would be fire. Davy Grant coming off a bad loss. Miles Jones coming off a submission against a striker. Doesn't look too good either. Make him fight. Well, they're both, actually. Davy Grant's also coming off a submission loss to Charles Jourdain. Make Miles Jones versus Davy Grant and Daniel Marcos versus Kyler Phillips. I think both of those fights are bangers. Next, we have Tisha Pennington versus Denise Gomez. That was our pick as well, so we're 2-0 now. Shout out Denise Gomez. Denise Gomez is pretty legit when it comes to women. MMA, WMMA. Close fight, though. Seems I haven't seen that fight, I'm not going to lie to you guys. And I do see she probably edged it because of the takedown. Then she lost that round probably. Yeah, 27-19. That's not good. And then 2 knockdown. Yeah, so she definitely won round 3. Probably 1-3. Nice. That's good. Shout out Denise Gomez. The pick once again. We had Josh Okit, who's like, now I remember this guy. He's one of those guys that just like goes on the mic and talks crazy. Got a first round KO. That was the pick once again. So we're 3-0 tonight. We're perfect for yesterday's card, actually. 3-0. Josh Okit. So that's good. Shout out this guy. We'll see. I mean, now he's fought. This is someone who wasn't even in the UFC before this fight. So I mean, this means literally nothing. What was his record? Because we couldn't see it the first time. Okay, 6-2. So it's not that bad, guys. To kill him like that, it's an okay win. Next we have Jacqueline Cavalcanti versus Mayra Bueno Silva. I picked Jacqueline Cavalcanti to beat her, which means I'm 4-0 right now. I am cool. I'm one of the cool guys now. You know? Damn, she outstruck her completely. No takedown. 0-4. She went 0. Mayra Bueno Silva, we have this opinion. We have this idea that she's okay. She's terrible. She fought for a title not that long ago. She hasn't won a fight since. Since she fought for the title, she hasn't won the title fight either. So there's that. She got completely outstruck 2-1. Shout out that. Then we had a crafty pick here. Because I'm pretty sure Ronnie Barcelos was a slight underdog. I knew this would happen. Ronnie Barcelos edges out against Ricky Simon. Ronnie Barcelos is on a crazy run right now. For all of you people who watch MMA, who are hardcore fans, you have to be backing a guy like Ronnie Barcelos at this point. Look at this guy. He's 38 years old right now. As a 35er. 37, 38 years old. Look at his record. Okay, I don't know why they don't have a picture for Peyton Talbot. This is that. Like, Peyton Talbot. This is a legit fighter. Who was on a big streak. Who was 3-0 with 3 finishes in the UFC. 2 KOs and 1 submission as well. So people acting, oh, he didn't have a ground game for you. He did have a submission though. Like, let's not forget that. And then he came off, he won that fight. And we see Ronnie Barcelos, who then went on to beat Cody Garbrandt. Lost the first round and then completely took over that fight. And he beat Ricky Simon now, who's coming off a big KO. I mean, and Ricky Simon has a good grappling. The only takedown, Ronnie Barcelos. There's a reversal though. But I'll struck him. Boom, boom, boom. So he won round 2 and 3. Lost the first one. 2 and 3. That's nasty. Ronnie Barcelos is legit. This win from Umar Nurmagomedov is just aging better. Because he TKO'd him in the first round. Which is very impressive. Ronnie Barcelos is legit. Did he have a win before his big streak? Man. That's a good win for Kyler Phillips as well. Because he fought an even younger version of Ronnie Barcelos. He went on a 2-fight losing streak there. Damn, that's a crazy loss to Victor Henry. Damn, I don't know. But, okay, maybe he's been getting better, actually. Because those wins are crazy compared to, like, losing to Victor Henry. This is an EV, so I don't really know him. But damn, I don't know. Like, Ronnie Barcelos is legit. Ronnie Barcelos, at this point in time, he's as legit as it gets, man. He should get a ranking fight. I don't care how old he is. You should be impartial as a UFC. I don't care that he's 38 years old. Give him a shot at the rankings, man. Make him fight Rob Font. Make him fight Rob Font next. I think Rob Font looked terrible in his last fight. He still has a ranking spot. He's not on a bad streak yet. Make Ronnie Barcelos versus Rob Font next. I think that's a fire fight. Ricky Simon, that's not so good. You can do Ricky Simon versus Damon Blackshear. I think that's a fire fight. I think that's a phenomenal fight. Ricky Simon versus Damon Blackshear. Ronnie Barcelos, give him a ranking fight against Rob Font. So here we were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-0. But we lost this. I picked Aider Emil to beat Jamal Emmers. Aider Emil. Damn, it got taken down 7. Okay, this guy's... Okay. Aider Emil had a close fight. Beat William Gomi. Then got KO'd by Jose Ochoa. It's not Jose Ochoa, I don't think. I think that's a flyweight. Yeah, Delgado. He got Jose Delgado. And now he's on a 2-fight losing streak for that split decision. He's not that good. He's marauding. I didn't see. Yeah, I don't think either Emil's all that. At this point, probably not gonna pick him. But I don't think Jamal Emers is all that good either. He did land 7 takedown on him, crafted it up, and he did out striking on top of that. So good performance. Shout out Jamal Emers on the win and making us lose our 5-0 streak. So 5-1 now. I also picked Mario Tulio to beat Christian Leroy Duncan. That was a nasty KO. I was not expecting that, but at the same time, I did call it. I did call it that. Mario Pinto's chin was suspect. And to see him get absolutely flatlined like that in his second UFC fight, I think it was his second official UFC bout. Trajan Gore was the first. Oh, he beat Potiera, who has been cut, so it's not like a legit UFC caliber win necessarily. Trajan Gore is a pretty okay bottom of the barrel 85er. Like, he can beat some guys at 85. And then Christian Leroy Duncan completely flatlines him. I kind of called it, but I thought Mario Tulio was a little bit better. Because we've seen Christian Leroy Duncan lost to Gregory Rodriguez kind of, wouldn't say easily, but he kind of got manhandled a bit. So I was like, I don't know. And Gregory Rodriguez is not able to make it in the rankings at middleweight. So I'm kind of like, okay, well, maybe Marco Tulio, I think something can happen there, but I guess not. And so, well, he's lost. It is what it is. Christian Leroy Duncan, another fraud check-ish. Next, we have Chris Padilla versus Ismael Bonfim. I picked Chris Padilla to beat Ismael Bonfim. I'm happy I did KO. Ismael Bonfim's not that good. Ismael Bonfim's never going to be ranked in that division. And to be honest, honestly, I think Chris Padilla, I thought it was a bit, I'm not going to say that it was corny because I understand where it comes from. But you can never ask for 50 G's. Not like you can ask for it like, hey, 50 G's, baby, like Conor McGregor did. But you cannot beg for it. That's like, because then if Dana accepts, now every fighter is going to be like we don't give a like we're not, listen, fight, man, fight. Oh yeah, your mom's in a trailer park, that's sad. Fight again in 3 months, man. Do that. Why don't you do that? Make some more money in 3 months. Go ahead. Like, Marab's doing that as a champion. You have no excuse not to be doing that. You have no excuse to be fighting every 6 months, if that's the case. Last fight was 8 months ago. You know what I mean? Like, don't be talking like that, relying on a bonus. You did get a KO, though. You might have gotten a performance of the night if you didn't even present it that way. If you just went, hey, listen, Dana, gotta make a request and all that. But I felt like he was kind of begging. I thought that was like, nah, I don't know. We can't accept that. Can't be sliding for that. Next, we have Uros Medic, who KO'd Muslim Salikov. That's sad. I didn't think that would happen. Muslim Salikov is very old, though. He was off a great win. I think Muslim Salikov might need to retire off of this. Uros Medic, not that impressive to lose to like that. And the Carlos Leal win was way better than losing to this. It is what it is. That was the pick as well. So now I'm 6-3. 6-3, but I did pick Joseph Morales to beat Matt Schnell, and he did. Submission in the first round. Crazy stuff. Joseph Morales, man. Isn't he off 2 submissions in the past? Couple times? He's off 2 submissions because he hasn't fought since 2018, but then he fought again here. Those fights are 7 years removed, which is very crazy. And he's submitting a guy like Matt Schnell, who's not like a world beater at all. But, I mean, he's 2 submissions in the past, too. On a 2 submission streak. He looks hungry, man. Looking for it. And then we have Randy Brown, who got KO'd by Gabriel Bonfim. I picked Randy Brown to beat him. So I think we ended this card at 7-4. I did pick Randy Brown. I thought he was... But it's always the same with these guys, man. There's a big lack of durability. Got KO'd. Like the fact that Randy Brown got KO'd by Gabriel Bonfim, kind of surprised. But at the same time, Gabriel Bonfim is a legit fighter. He's a legit fighter. It's just that he doesn't perform at top level. He has a tricky gas tank as well. And so it's kind of like, I don't know. I could have seen it coming, especially with Randy Brown's chin. Yeah, that's a problem. I just thought he was really legit. I thought he would beat him up, use his length and stuff, but I guess not. That's not what happened. So we went 7-4 on this card. Not mad at it. I mean, it did deliver a lot more finishes than we were expecting to, because that card, I mean, we ate on that card, but literally, if they had placed it differently, let's say they had done Gabriel Bonfim, Randy Brown, then they would have done here they would have put Ricky Simone versus Barcelos. Here Daniel Marcos versus Miles John. Here Ismael Bonfim versus Chris Padilla. Christian Leroy Duncan versus Mario Tulio. Would have thought like, damn, this is an hardcore card. They just placed those fights randomly, and so the end of it looks absolutely dog water. You know, that's kind of what they did. So yeah, this is it. This is it for the picks. What do I want to see next? Yeah, I should have talked about that more. I mean, there's a lot of those fights where I don't think we really care, guys, to be honest. So I'm just gonna spare you. I'm gonna give you the fights that I care for. So Randy Brown, who do I see him fight next? I think, Randy Brown was fighting for a ranking spot. He lost his fight for the ranking. I think he should. I think they can make Randy Brown versus Stephen Thompson next. I don't think Stephen Thompson not ranked anymore. He's gonna be wanting to fight. He's a striker, doesn't have much pop, but he's technical. Randy Brown, good striker, but lacks durability a bit. I think that's a cool fight to make. Both lost to Gabriel Bonfim. Yeah, I would do that fight. I think that's cool. Gabriel Bonfim. They can do they could do Gabriel Bonfim versus like Geoff Neal or someone like that. I think that's a cool fight. I don't know if he beats a Geoff Neal. I don't necessarily think so, but Geoff Neal's off a bad loss. I think that's a cool fight to make happen. I would love to see it. Yeah. Then for these fights, who do I care for next besides that? Respectfully to all of these guys. Chris Padilla beat Ismael Bonfim. They could do Chris Padilla versus a guy like right outside the rankings. Who's right outside the rankings right now at lightweight though? If we're really, they could do Chris Padilla versus the Grant Dawson versus Manuel Torres loser. I think that works because Chris Padilla is on a good streak now. Yeah, you gotta respect it. Wrong Drew. It's good. Damn. Okay, he's never lost in the UFC. This guy. Hey, okay, people, we gotta put some respect on Chris Padilla. Yo, give him a rankings fight. Give him a ranking fight next, maybe. Ismael Bonfim though, that's not that good, but he did KO him. Yeah, I think. I think you do Chris Padilla in the ranking next. Who do you put him? Yeah, Grant Dawson versus Manuel Torres right there. I think that's cool. I think you can do that. I mean, you could do the Mauricio Rufy fight. He's number 15 ranked now. You could do that fight. I think that's a cool fight. Chris Padilla versus Mauricio Rufy for the number 15 spot. And you can do Ismael Bonfim versus Nasrat Akbaras. Both are coming off losses. Both have a good skill set and they're good strikers. But they just, I don't know, man. And Nasrat Akbaras, I was very big on. He was on a huge streak. To see him get absolutely slept like that, I was shocked. And I was like, I was dreading it a little bit. I think he can get an easy win here, but we want to see him. I think he can get a late TKO against Ismail Bonfim. Next, Christian Leroy Duncan. That fight I do care about. He's cool. He should get a fight close to the ranking. I think make him fight. If Gregory Rodriguez beat Kopylov, I think you can do Kopylov versus Christian Leroy Duncan. I think that's a fire fight. If Kopylov beats Gregory Rodriguez though, I don't know. We'll have to figure something out for this guy. But I would love to see him fight Kopylov if he loses his next fight. Next, I don't really care for this. Ronnie Barcelos, Ricky Simon, I already gave it. I already gave this one. Yeah, that's pretty much the matchups that I care for. So thank you for watching. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and stay tuned. We got a lot of videos coming on. I'm gonna try to post once a day this week, but it's I've struggled to do that for last week. I did 3 videos in the 3 first days. Then I was a little bit. It was a little bit hard. We're in that phase with the channel where we're posting not a lot of the videos getting attention and stuff. So it is that phase. It's a little bit hard. So that's why sometimes sometimes it's a little bit harder because we all have other occupations, other stuff we have to take care for. But I'm gonna do my best to post once every day this week. So thank you for watching, and until next time.